this is Grian. Welcome to another video. Today we're reading chapter 6 of Hermitcraft Mayhem. This continues what happened last week with the dream world and all that stuff, but there is stuff that will happen after this. It's a little dark, so if you want to skip ahead a bit, don't worry about it. It's fine. I mean, the story is fine, it's just a little bit of revelation. Whatever. There are captions available if you are interested in reading along for the chapter. Don't have to, but it is a choice. And if you are liking these videos and you're not subscribed, I mean, you can subscribe. That would be great. And yeah, the playlist for the whole series, the whole book, and of course more videos. And yeah, potentially more stories in the future. Chapter 6. Firm, hard bark from a fallen tree pressed to Grian's back as he struggled against the black vines that trapped him here. The forest was dark and quiet. He could no longer hear Impulse or Scar. Were they okay? What was happening to them? He'd been dragged away before he could see what was happening. All he knew was Scar's cry of alarm before Grian was whisked away into the shadows. Was Scar taken too? Was Impulse able to get away? Was he looking for them? Or trying to find help? The fog felt thicker here than it had before, like a veil of smoke. Was something on fire? No, he would smell it. The smoke had no scent. Just a dense fog that unsettled him. Sure looked like the forest was on fire. Grian struggled against his restraints, but the vines held him fast. There was no getting out of this. Not in the typical way, at least. Where was he? How far had the vines taken him? Would anyone be able to find him? Or was he doomed? No, this is a dream world. You can't die here. Grian swallowed. This world could certainly hurt you here. Things in this world could certainly hurt you here. Grian closed his eyes and sighed, trying not to think about the eliminator that had chased him through these trees several nights ago. A recurring dream he wished never to go back to. But this felt different. He was restrained to a surface, unable to escape. What did Gerald have in mind? What was this place? Oh, he really hoped his friends were out there somewhere looking for him. He didn't want to be here longer than he had to be. Scar be okay, Grian whispered, shuddering at the thought of Scar being dragged through the forest by those horrible black vines, unable to fight back, unable to resist. So badly wanted to resist, but fear threatened to swallow him, as it had many times before. He had nowhere to go. Please let him be okay. Worried about your friend, huh? A voice spoke out of the darkness. Grian gasped, turning his head toward the sound. Tall, muscular man stood just beyond the trees, the glint of an iron dagger in his hand. Grian could make out a faint purple glow on the blade. His blood ran ice cold. That doesn't surprise me. It doesn't? Grian squeaked, hating how his voice cracked. The man chuckled, approaching him with heavy footsteps. Leather boots. The man was wearing heavy-duty leather boots. Grian looked up at the man, dread trickling in with the dread and panic he already felt. Not at all, the man smiled. His stormy gray eyes shone in the starless night. Shouldn't you be locked up? Grian asked. Dreams don't work like that. There are no limitations to what is possible. Gerald brought you here. Grian gulped. The man smiled widened. Why aren't you clever? It's good to see you again. It's been a few days, hasn't it? Grian narrowed his eyes. What do you want? Sharp. It should be quite obvious, the man mused, tracing his finger along the blade. Rob's eyes were so much like Gerald's. It was so weird seeing him. Should that not surprise him, though? This was the dream world, where anything was possible. You can't torture me forever, Grian spat. Rob laughed. I don't have to. You're already afraid. Just by me being here. My friends will stop you. We'll find a way to keep you and Gerald away from this place, so you'll leave Scar alone. And why should we? Rob raised an eyebrow. He doesn't deserve it. Replaying Gerald's hurting him over and over again. He should have died. Rob narrowed his eyes. If it hadn't been for your friends, he would have. Horror filled Grian as he shook his head. You can't. Gerald wants to finish what he started, Rob shrugged. I'm only here to follow orders. If he tells me to go after your friend, then I will. And I will make you watch as I do it. Tears burned in Grian's eyes. No! Rob smiled, hovering the dagger inches from Grian's face. Gerald's just more of a hero than you'll ever be, Grian. He has a point, getting rid of your kind, putting you in your place. This isn't right, Grian whimpered. None of this is right. Right or wrong, good or bad, Rob smirked. It's all the same to me. You do what you have to ensure justice is served. Scar did nothing wrong. We didn't do anything wrong. Apart from foiling our plans, not leaving well enough alone. Rob said smoothly, almost like Gerald. You hermits keep getting in our way. Can't have that. Carniver simply wants to deal with Steppy and make sure he pays for his crimes. What crimes? Saving millions of lives? Grian snapped. Rob leaned in, his eyes like giant gray saucers. Grian could almost touch his nose if he wanted to. Getting in Gerald's way. Pain shot through Grian's body as he screamed. Rob was hovering over him, wearing a wicked smile on his face, as flames covered the hermit's body, lighting the fallen tree. No! You can't go out like this. This couldn't be happening. But what could he do? The fire consumed the tree he was lying on, and then him. He screamed one last time, his cry choked out by coughing. Smoke. So much smoke. Grian! Grian, wake up! A voice hissed in his ear. Grian cried out as his eyes flew open, nearly falling out of bed, as arms wrapped around him. Grian let out a guttural sob, feeling his body tremble against the embrace. I am so sorry, Scar whispered. Grian hiccuped, startled to hear his friend's voice. He sniffed as he looked over his shoulder, seeing Scar bolt upright, his eyes wide, staring at him. I am okay, Grian gulped in air, trying to stop himself from trembling. It's not your fault. Scar shook his head, looking down at his orange blanket. Dragged you in. I'm sorry. What was the risk? Grian whispered, as the arms holding him pulled away. He blinked, spotting Eliza at his side. Haley was over by Impulse, with Blake next to her. Impulse was up as well, panting and shaking his head. But he seemed okay. Nothing's worth you getting hurt, Scar said weakly. Liam rubbed his back gently. A frown plastered on his face. Fine, Scar, really, Grian said, hating how his voice still shook. Maybe Scar wouldn't notice. Just a nightmare. A really bad nightmare, Scar agreed. Impulse groaned before sitting up. Whatever. Jeez, That was horrible, he muttered, looking around the room. That's officially the first time I have said that. Why it took so long, I can't explain here. Don't worry. He didn't make too much noise. Haley said calmly. You're okay. Scar shook his head again. Why can't he just leave us alone? I don't know, Liam said calmly. Stampy wasn't much help either. He's never experienced something to this extreme. No kidding, Scar laughed nervously. It's almost like he's getting stronger. The more people that let him in. Let him take control. Grian nodded. Rob was there. Gerald brought him there to torment me. Scar lowered his head. I'm sorry. It's not your fault, Bolt said matter-of-factly. We're not going to give up just because he beat us tonight. We need to get back to practice. Get stronger, work together, to make sure this doesn't happen again. Scar smiled weakly. You believe it can happen? So will I. I do, Impulse smiled. Scar nodded, meeting the older hermit's gaze. Time would tell whether or not the practice would amount to anything, or if it would blow up in their faces again. In the meantime, I think you guys should pair up in the dream world, so that no one is alone, Liam suggested. Safety in numbers. We're that simple. Scar sighed, Grian's heart reaching out to his friend. Scar needed him just as much as Grian needed him. He would do anything to ensure his friend was safe, even take his place if that's what it took. Scar had done it for him once. After all. Yeah. I try to keep it toned down, the darkness, all that stuff. But they're the reason why I say this is not for kids under the age of 13 unless you can handle this kind of stuff. But most of the time it is fine. So, yeah. But, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Whenever that might be. Goodbye.